Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Matthew back with another episode of Watty's channel. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in once again. It is Wednesday, March the 8th. I am going to take a break from the recent LJN review videos, and I am going to dive right back into the Hasbro tournament videos. So it does look like I didn't have quite as many Hasbro customs remaining, so I am going to be able to complete it in just one video. So right now it looks like I have 4 matchups. One of those matchups I am going to put it as a three-way matchup, and it sucks because one of them, what I decided to do is one of them is going to be the same character, basically the same figure, and then I have a different character squaring off against them. Yeah, it's going to be uneven, but I'll explain a little bit further as I get into that battle. And this video will complete round 1. Per usual, I'm going to stay down here. I'm going to make several videos. That way I will have more videos in queue ready to go, each day or every other day, etc. So, you guys will have something to have, every so often. So, let's dive right in. So the first matchup, and this is why I kind of hate myself, because there are a couple figures with these customs that I really messed up on, because these figures should have been part of the Series 4 battle. So both the Undertaker and the British Bulldog should have been part of the Series 4 wave when I did that tournament, or the round 1 Series 4 matchups, because it should have been British Bulldog original squaring off against the British Bulldog customs. Unfortunately, I completely forgot about the British Bulldog customs, and I forgot about the Undertaker custom. So the British Bulldogs, I was originally going to have them square off against each other. I decided, since I did have one figure left over after all of these, I decided to put them against Brutus Beefcake. So we will look at the 3 figures individually, show what I like about them, and so I'm trying to think. This one in particularly, I don't remember. See, I buy from so many people, so it's really hard to remember who I purchase every figure from. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I got this one from Buddy Daly on eBay, Stanger GQ. So he doesn't sell too many Hasbro figures. Mostly you'll find a lot of really awesome LJN figures, or Jakks Pacific figures, or what's that? He's got some of like the most awesome wrestling collections you'll ever find, and a lot of early to mid 80s figures, collectibles, stuff that you wouldn't really find from any other seller out there. So he's such a unique seller, and one of my favorite and go-to sellers. And I think I got this one. I think I got an original British Bulldog, and of course I've already had probably several British Bulldog figures from him, but I wanted the custom, and I think I won them on auction for like $15. And for the original, or for the custom itself, I probably would have paid $30 or $40 for this figure. I mean, this thing was absolutely amazing. I think if I had put this one up against the original back in Series 4 when I did that wave, I think this would have beat the original figure. I don't remember who squared off against the British Bulldog. I actually have the notes here. Series 4. So Bret Hart squared off against the British Bulldog back in Series 4 when I did the matchups. But I do think that if that didn't happen, if I actually put the original against the custom, I believe this custom would have done a lot better. I really love this figure. I love the paint job on it. I love the fact that this head mold has movable hair. I just think that's so really, truly amazing. Now, with this version, I believe this, if this wasn't from Pumpkin Man 1986. This may have been, I think, Denver Moore. But this could have been Pumpkin Man 1986. If this wasn't one of Derek's figures. And so I was thinking, when I first bought this, you know, how they kind of like scraped British Bulldog's pants off. But I kind of thought about it. I'm like, you know, who's to say they didn't take a Lex Luger figure, cut off his head, and just put, you know, the British Bulldog's head on a Lex Luger figure? I mean, they're the exact same figure, just, again, just removable head. You know, that could have happened. Again, another figure, a really tremendous one. This too would have easily demolished, I think, the original figure had I used this custom. Hard part would have been choosing either custom to defeat the other version. I mean, they're the same figure, so it's basically going down, which one do I like better? Do I like the pants one that's very reminiscent with the original, where I do appreciate the removable hair, or do I like the one where they stick with the same head mold, but they lose the pants and it comes kind of like a little bit more ring attire-esque, I guess. This right here is a nice touch, but it keeps coming off of his body. And I think I actually ripped off a lot of these little, I don't know what you would call these things here, but I think for this particular matchup, I am going to go with the red version. So that does remove the first custom. But as I said, I'm not going to do Bulldog on Bulldog only, because I'm going to have one figure left over in the end. I'm just going to, I kind of messed it up, so I might as well keep messing it up and put Bulldog up against the Mega Maniac Brutus Beefcake. Now, a lot of you, I'm sure that you know, back in the heyday of Hasbro, they had a prototype of Brutus Beefcake, and they were supposed to come out with this Mega Maniac version of Brutus Beefcake. They were essentially taking the Zebra Pants version from Series 3 and just giving him a brand new paint job and turning him into this beautiful version. This is an absolutely gorgeous figure. We all know the Series 3 Brutus Beefcake is arguably one of the greatest figures of the entire Hasbro line. This one actually comes from Robert Jackson. I sent him a Series 3 figure. He dialed it up for me and did an absolutely phenomenal job. And to top it all off, he even included this incredible accessory to boot. He really did an amazing job. And I love the British Bulldog. Series 4 Bulldog, again, from childhood. It's a figure I had. It means a lot to me. Never had a Series 3 Beefcake, but this figure with this color scheme, how do I bypass one of the most amazing pieces of my collection, custom or original? In my opinion, this has got to be a top 10 contender for winning this entire competition. And I think this one, a phenomenal figure, potential to make it 3 or 4 rounds. Sure, is he a legitimate contender for winning the competition? Probably not. This one is. Brutus Beefcake, Mega Maniac version, is moving on to round 2. And again, absolute beauty. And you see why I keep going back to Robert Jackson for all my Hasbro customs. I mean, he does such amazing work. And not just for my Hasbros. I mean, my Galoob figures, I mean, I probably sent him 1 million of them, and the work just speaks for itself. Incredible. So, this one, I've got a couple of these figures. Since they're duplicates, I might as well pit them against each other. This one I got from Crem's Closet about 1.5 years ago, or close to it. I don't know, 15 months ago, something like that. It was such an expensive figure, or at least the original was such an expensive figure that I was just so ecstatic to have this figure as part of my collection, at least a copy of it, that I really didn't care that it kind of looked like clay to me. Um, but once we get to the next figure, you really appreciate the decency of the new figure compared to the junk that you actually got. You really start to appreciate a real solid custom job, and the mail away Hulk Hogan, and it's just simply a remake of Series 3 Hulk Hogan. Same exact fighting pose with a different paint scheme. And what was it? Was it SummerSlam? WrestleMania? I don't know if it was 94, 95. I kind of remember Yokozuna beating, maybe it was Bret Hart, winning the championship, and then, kind of seeing Hulk Hogan decked out in these colors, kind of comforting Bret Hart, and then him kind of like spurring him on to go back into the ring, and, Hulk Hogan goes in, knocks Yokozuna down, pins him, and Yokozuna's champion for like all of 10 seconds before Hogan recaptures the title. Again, the original mail away sells for easily over $1,000. Sometimes some sellers will put it over $2,000. Is it that valuable? I really don't think any toy, I don't care how old, how rare something is, they're toys. I mean, $2,000, no. Again, I took a Series 3 figure. I sent it to Robert Jackson. I asked him if he could create me a mail-away Hulk Hogan. Guys, it's absolutely night and day in comparison between what you get from Krem's Closet, which is an absolute joke, and what you get from Robert Jackson. And if you guys remember about a year ago, at least close to it, I did a video for what happened to eBay in 2022, and I talked about one of the, I guess, I got the, what's his name? Big Josh, Galoob, Big Josh figure. At that time, it was a custom figure that I had, and I got the 1-2-3 Kid custom figure, and 1-2-3 Kid, they used magnets for his arms and head. His stuff was all falling off. It was just absolute trash. You look at this figure from them, and it's just so disappointing. It's like, I don't know why I keep going back to them when their stuff is so disappointing. And then I look at Robert Jackson's work. I have yet to come across anything that I've been disappointed with. I mean, his work, like I said, it just seems like it keeps getting better and better. With every piece, you just keep getting more and more excited. I just got a box in a day or two ago, and I probably pulled out 200 pieces, and everything just kept getting better and better. And this one, I've had this one for a few months now, and it displays proudly on the Robert Jackson wall with all of his other customs. Absolute beauty. The mail-away Hulk Hogan, you probably wouldn't even know the difference between this or the original anyways. Looks just like the original. Great, same exact flesh tone, just like the original Series 3. Fantastic piece. Absolute no doubter. Come on. Series 3, Robert Jackson version, does move on to round 2. Is this going to win the competition? That's tough because, again, he is modeled after Series 3. I absolutely love the Series 3 Hulk Hogan. To me, the Series 3 Hulk Hogan is my personal favorite among the 4 figures. 5 if you include this. Do I like the red better than the Series 3 yellow? That's going to be a tough one. Obviously, I like red better than yellow, so that might play a role. Do I like the value of the mail-away? Of course. That's something to consider. So I think that really helps. Here's something also to consider. In one of my previous videos, I asked, do I want to keep things in order? So, do I take all the winners in Series 1, Series 2, Series 3 onward and keep them in order of how they won and have them square off against each other? Or do I just take all the winners, crumble them up, throw them in a hat, and pick out names and square them off against each other like that? I think that's what I'm going to do this time around. In this tournament, I really want to make it a luck of the draw type of deal. So in round 2 onward, it's literally going to be pick a name out of a hat type of deal. So it's going to be a luck of the draw, and it's not going to be the way that I've been doing my LJN tournament the previous 2 times I did those tournaments. So I think that's going to make things a whole lot more interesting. You could be eliminating the greatest figures in round 2. Well, some of the crummiest ones make it to rounds 4, 5, 6. I don't know, but I think it'll be fun to find out. Next matchup. So, we are going to feature Sting going against The Undertaker, and I would actually really like to start with Sting. So, there are a couple of versions that you will find with this Sting. This one actually did come from Denver Moore on eBay. And from Series 2 of Galoob with the UK exclusives, you do find Sting with the ring gear. Not where his entrance gear, I guess it's called. Wearing this outfit. If you want a carded figure, this is going to cost you about $450 maybe. I've been trying to get this like crazy on card, but I've only been able to find it from UK sellers, and like I said, $400+ shipping, another $50, $60. It sucks. Galoob, to me, it's not that valuable. It sucks. I'm dying for this figure. I'm dying to complete the series. I have all of Series 1 on card. I have all of these figures. I don't have all of the Galoob Series 2 on card. I have everything loose. So anyways, they also made the same exact figure for original San Francisco toy makers. When Denver Moore made this figure, and he made it in Hasbro style, I thought that was so amazing. And with the jacket and everything, they kind of made it like it's very reminiscent of the Series 5 Macho Man as well. Jacket with the little tassels and everything. That is so awesome. This is a fantastic piece. And you look at the face paint. I mean, that's Sting all over. I don't know if he 3D printed it, how he made this, but he did a remarkable job. I mean, is this a wrestleable piece? I mean, are you going to sit there and wrestle this, or is this strictly display? Simply display. I feel like if you try to wrestle this figure, you throw it down a few times, it could probably break on you. So no, it's not something you would wrestle with. And the pose as a wrestling figure totally sucks. And we know how much I love my poses. And he's going against we already know, one of the most perfect and premier wrestling figures ever created in Undertaker. I'm not going to beat around the bush, to be honest with you. I'm going to choose Sting. And it's funny because you ask me, why would I choose Sting over Undertaker? Well, to be honest, it shouldn't matter, but it does. I have Series 4 Undertaker already, moving forward. Series 8 Undertaker has already moved forward. This is, of course, a Series 4 Undertaker with red hair. And all they did was repaint the gray gloves purple. And to me, of course, that creates a whole new character. And it's amazing. I don't see any paint bleed on here. So this one, they actually did a really good job. So I already have 2 Undertakers in competition. Do I need 3? It would be nice. Give them 3 chances to win. Not necessary. If the other 2 can't win, then there's probably a possibility a third one wouldn't make any difference. That one, and come on. you're talking about an absolute phenomenal piece. I mean, how do you not move this forward at least one more round? Does that mean he's going to make it to rounds 3, 4, 5? Probably not. But you got to give this figure as much of an opportunity to progress as far as possible. Some of these figures, regardless of how you feel, do you feel like they're going to win the competition? It doesn't matter. This tournament isn't simply about... Yes, the main goal is choosing your favorite figure. Yes, I got it. But it's also about seeing some of the figures progress as much as possible. Especially for the viewers. Seeing some of some of these figures that you care about, that you covet, progress as far as possible. Yeah. I mean, there's really not too much to say about this. Undertaker, perfect figure, absolutely, no doubt. Sting, I mean, come on. I have to. The last one. And this is another Denver Moore action figure. And this is actually, this other one I'm looking at is actually number 3 as well. And he's going to run into the same scenario that The Undertaker runs into. I'm not going to beat around the bush. The Denver Moore Bret Hart, there's no reason to sit here and be a dead horse. The Bret Hart is going to defeat Yokozuna. Wait. Why would I hurry up and make such a quick and rash decision, especially in terms of one of my favorite figures? Well, we've got a few minutes. It's only 22 minutes in. Alright, so Denver Moore did the Sting. He also did the Bret Hart. Not the greatest fighting pose. Got it. From a display point, this is exactly what you recall. You remember Bret Hart coming into the ring. That pose right there, that memory, it's just so flamboyant in your mind. It's so freaking awesome. You love it. The color scheme, the design from the jacket, the pants, the boots, all around. This figure, if you were to put this figure up against the Series 8 Hasbro right now, this figure potentially has the ability to absolutely destroy the Series 8 Hasbro Bret Hart. That is how absolutely amazing this figure is. From a display point, this figure, you possibly cannot do any better than this Bret Hart. Oh man, I just, wow. Just look at that jacket. I love the little chains on here. Denver Moore, he really did some amazing things with this figure. The designs of that jacket, I mean, all around, just an absolute perfect figure. Now, of the 3 figures, the Series 8 red, the Series 11 white, and this red version. So, this one, they actually kind of did it a little bit backwards. So, trying to think how they, yeah. Did they have red and, was this white? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to look at the, something on here is backwards. But anyways, this one I actually like a whole lot better. So, this is the custom, obviously. And this version, to me, I like this one a lot better than the first 2 we looked at, and I covet this one a whole lot more. But he runs into the same issue that you ran into with the Undertaker. There's already two Yokozunas in play, and how do you eliminate what could most likely be my champion in this tournament? How do I eliminate my potential champion in the first round by getting rid of Yokozuna, or by keeping a third Yokozuna in play. You know, you're gonna, if you have two Yokozunas at the end, that's very possible. But what happens if you got, you know, three at the end? I don't know. It's gonna be tough. So it sucks that this is the Yokozuna that I had to select to get eliminated in the first round. To be honest, I really didn't believe that there was a single figure that could eliminate a Yokozuna first round in the first round period. But yeah, Bret Hart did it. That's it. So that is it for the completion of round one of the My Favorite Hasbro tournament. If this is anything like the LJN tournament, this thing will probably go 7 rounds. Round 6 will probably be the semifinals with 2 matchups, and then the finals in video 7 or round 7 will be 1 matchup. So round 6 and 7 is usually done in one video / 3 matchups. So that's, those 2 don't really count. So it's really rounds 2 through 5 that you're really focusing on. And, you know, obviously they go by pretty quickly, especially once you get out of round 2. So round 1 is usually the beast. So yeah, that's from right now. I am gonna take down all the winners. I'm gonna write them down on a piece of paper. I'm gonna put them in one of these hats over here. I am going to start drawing the names. I'm going to write them down, and I am going to start pulling the first list. I'm probably going to pull, I don't know, 8 matches at a time. I probably won't do 8 matches. I'll probably do 5 or 6 matches at a time, and make 3 or 4 videos, hopefully, and that way I have enough videos in queue. If I make 4 more videos tonight, I'm probably going to post those every single day. They won't be like every other day type of deal. And then I could get back into LJN reviews and start on Series 3. Okay. Well, thank you for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.